guys, how's it going? I cannot believe it's that time again. We are down here to change out our city's downtown pots for blooming annuals. It's before 8 and the busyness hasn't started yet. You can see the roads are pretty clear, which is nice, makes our job a lot easier. And it rained last night, so it feels refreshing and just wonderful out here. So this is how they ended up looking this spring. Those are the Matrix Morpheus Pansies. They really showed up nicely from the road, and we've learned over the years that we have to use bright colors in these pots or light colors in order for them to really show. And I love like the deep purple petunias and stuff, but they just don't pop from the street. So I really am happy with how they look. And we're gonna go ahead and leave the Alberta spruce, and we're just going to remove the pansies and plant around them. Morning.
Good morning.
You ready for this?
Of course I am.
Yes. Woo, we gotta go get a coffee first.
Of course.
But I need a new pair of gloves. Treat yourself. I'm gonna go grab the truck, but let's take a quick walk through the nursery first. It is so full right now and gorgeous. Good morning, Phyllis. Hi, chicken. Had a little wind come through. There's a couple of things down. Not bad. Oh, don't you just love all the new growth on the evergreens this time of year? So beautiful. All right, here we are. Stopping for coffee first. That's right. So we're trying to be pretty gentle as we pull these pansies out because we do know some people who can utilize them in their own gardens. And they look so good still. It's just that it's about ready to get really hot and they'll start to suffer and look bad. So if we get them out now before that happens, then it's a far less shock to their little systems. And we've got some beautiful stuff to put in them. We both have to take off one glove each time we get in the car because usually this right here is a disaster by the time we're done. Well, at least on my side.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, let's check out how these plants are looking. We've got some Supertunia Bordeaux right here. That's one of the 3 that's going in. Supertunia Royal Magenta, which I've used a lot at our house this year, as well as the Bordeaux. And Supertunia Silverberry. I think it's going to be a really pretty bright blend. Ooh, a bunch of them on the ground. These are all for the pots down here. Yay! So here's the truckload of what we're going to be planting. Don't those look so pretty together? Don't they look pretty, Joe? So it's usually a mixture of myself, my mom, and my brother, and sometimes my sister out here doing the pots together. Family affair. It's right in the front corner there. I put it, yeah.
Well, I didn't think I'd have to separate a rib.
Yeah, I'll get under there.
Oh good, the tailgate's down. That makes it easier.
Probably should have done this before the tailgate was down.
Yep.
That's all right. Get
Well,
it done.
if Dad were here, he'd have plenty of advice.
Yes, he would. All right, we got the plants and the water tank. So before we go though, I have to run back in and get another new pair of gloves, which I can always use around my house. My first pair is so squishy wet from the first round cleaning out the pots that I'm gonna get some new ones. It also looks like we might be getting some kind of weather moving in. Maybe more rain.
Yeah.
There's my dad, he just went and got the mail. So we're here at the train depot to get water. Hopefully this is on this time. Yep. If you guys remember last time we did the containers, we came down here, got the hose all strung out and the water hadn't been turned on yet. Yep. I think this mix will be pretty. It will be. We're gonna be putting 3 of each color per pot, which means we'll have 9 Supertunias in each of the containers.
It's good pop. You guys want to make it look better than today.
All right, we're at the busiest intersection right now. We're in the wrong lane. It's always a little tricksy. All right, we got the pots all done. So there's not a ton of color on them yet, but it will be very, very soon when they start to really color up and fill up this pot. So there's the Supertunia Royal Magenta, Supertunia Bordeaux, and then the Supertunia Silverberry. And we just went every other one all the way around the pot. And then right here is my pink tree I'm taking home. I had to snag it while I was down here. This is a tricolor beech. Look at that. So pretty. I'll hover on the tag for a second so you can pause if you want to read more. Zone 5. And it does get quite large, but they grow really, really slowly. So this is actually just a specimen tree here in our area, like just a really small accent tree is how we treat them. I don't even know where I'm gonna put it. I just couldn't resist. Back home, you guys, and I think that this tree might look really pretty right here in the entryway. I don't know. I know that these roses are gonna eventually go because we're gonna be redoing like this portion, and it is very shaded right in this area because of this huge maple tree right here, and so they don't really perform that well under here. But the tricolor beech would be like perfect here because it's protected from the afternoon hot sun so it doesn't scorch its leaves, but it does get a morning sun enough to color it up nicely. Something to think about anyway. Well, it did look like something was coming. This is kind of cramping my style out here though, although I do welcome any rainstorm that wants to come through Eastern Oregon. Look at this, look how gorgeous. I think it's time to brew up a cup of coffee and sit out here and enjoy this instead of working on projects. Hi, kitty. Russell, is that your bud? So Russell has a new friend that keeps coming around. Also a polydactyl. How weird is that? So Russell is the first six-toed cat I've ever seen in my life. And then all of a sudden we have a stray show up that has 6 toes as well. We call him No because it sounds like he's going no when he meows, and it's usually like right in the middle of the night and it sounds like a little kid outside yelling, which is really weird, but so that's what we call him. Anyway, I'm trying to butter him up. He was super skittish when he first started coming around, and now he'll let me get about 3 to 4 feet away from him. So progress. Hi, kitty. The rain is starting to ease up a little bit, but I wanted to show you guys the tricolor beech from this angle. Don't you think it would be pretty tucked in right there? Just a nice little accent, little bright pink touch right there. And eventually, if it ever does kind of grow and fill in the area right above it, we could just limit up a little bit so that we could still see the garden space. I kind of like it. It looks like I might have just a few minutes before the next rainstorm hits, so I might try to get this tricolor beech planted. And I want to give you a quick run through my garden because there's some things looking really nice out there. So right at the entry, you can see some beautiful greens. Look at those, aren't they wonderful? Then I've got a tomato, and there's a zucchini plant there. Garlic, that's looking great. I've got 4 cabbage going here, and it looks like they're just starting to form, which is super exciting. And then I've got some bolted broccoli in this one. This is actually the broccoli kale hybrid, and I ate some of it, and it was very good. I just couldn't keep up with it. And then I've got some broccoli forming in here. And these are big, beautiful plants. It doesn't seem like they're being bothered by anything, which is great as far as insects go. And then I've got an English cucumber started right there. And then in this bed, I've got my red and yellow onions. And they're looking big and beefy. I mean, look at these stalks. Looking really, really nice. And then I've got my snow peas here. And they've started to kind of climb. They're not a climber per se, they're not a pole pea, but they always benefit from a little support, and you can tell why they kind of want to flop over, but they're looking really great, and there are some blooms on them. And then in this bed, I've got some French breakfast radishes. In fact, check this out. Look at that. Isn't that exciting? They're so pretty. So there's a whole row of them here, or 2 rows of the radishes that are ready to harvest. Then I've got golden beets and red beets that are looking great. Another tomato. And then there are carrots, which Russell got into this bed after I seeded the carrots. He didn't use it as a litter box. He just played in the mulch. I don't understand. So they're kind of spread all over the place, but I suppose they'll grow the same. So I'm just kind of keeping my eye on watering for those. The soaker hose seems to be doing a really good job. And then same goes for this bed. I saw him in here messing around. He didn't get to this row, obviously, but this one has got all scattered all over the place. There's a tomato plant with a bunch of blooms on it already, and I did see a few tomatoes starting to form. right in there. And then we've got 5 celery plants there. And I need to bring some bean seed home. I'm gonna put some beans here and probably some beans where those chicken wire, whatever, cloches are. Another tomato, that's a Brandywine, which, check that tomato out. Oh, I can't even believe we're not to the end of May. Like, we're mid-May and that's what it looks like already. I love it. There's 4 peppers here. Beautiful bell pepper starting to form there. There's a mini bell mix. Look at this. Look at how cute. Oh, I love it. And then both of these, let's see, no, this is another bell pepper. One starting to form. And then there's a Hala Pride, which is a hot pepper. And it looks like there's a bunch of blooms forming, but no peppers yet. Then we've got more garlic. We've got red cabbage here, which don't those look amazing? We've got potatoes. You guys might remember the video where we showed you how to plant potatoes and they're looking excellent. And then this is my catch-all bed. So I had extra Walla Walla onion sets from another project. I had 1 extra cauliflower plant from a project. And then I have a rosemary, a lemon thyme. I have 1 red romaine, which is looking great and ready to harvest. And then the spinach is a little past its prime. It's looking like humongous. It needs to be pulled out. So if I stand back, you can kind of see what the garden looks like right now. I'm really, really happy with it. Doesn't it look pretty? I think that that's probably one of my most favorite things this year. I mean, we've been doing some really fun stuff, but there's something about the order, like everything is contained and most everything is growing in rows and very orderly. And for some reason that just does something for me. I really, really am enjoying that. And I do need to get some more warm season crops going now that some of my spring crops are about done. So I need to harvest all those radishes, probably some onions here pretty quick, and then get some other stuff in the ground. So I am gonna grab my tools. I gotta open the garage here, and then we'll plant the tricolor beech. I think it's really perfect in that spot. And this spot needed that color, didn't it? All right guys, so I think I'm gonna pack it in for the day. I think that's it for projects because the wind is starting to pick up a little bit and the rain, it looks like, is getting closer, which I'm so thankful for. Free irrigation, everything looks so fresh and so wonderful when it rains here. I just love it. So I want to be able to enjoy it. So I think I'm gonna run in and grab Benjamin and we're gonna bundle up and come out here and enjoy the rain under the cover of the patio. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and we will see you in the next video. Bye.